How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution video. Today's video is going to be all about Isla Nublar. I had one of you guys ask me about that in the comment section, so I just wanted to really do like an overhaul. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to go from pre-1993 all the way to 2015. And we're going to discuss how the island was actually incorporated into each work in the franchise. We're going to give kind of like a biography about it, so I want to let you know every single thing about Isla Nublar that you ever wanted to know. We're also going to tie it into Jurassic World Evolution just a little bit at the end. Before we do that, go ahead and smack a like. Go ahead and subscribe if it's your first time to the channel. We would love to have you, and turn on the notification bell. Why not? Who wants to miss Jurassic World Evolution shit, right? Anyway, so let's go right on in. Isla Nublar is a fictional Central American island in the Jurassic Park franchise, first depicted in Michael Crichton's 1990 novel. It is the primary setting for the 1993 Jurassic Park and Jurassic World in 2015, both the novel and the film versions of the Jurassic Park theme park. In Crichton's original novel, Isla Nublar is a relatively small island, approximately 40 minutes by helicopter from the capital of Costa Rica, San Jose. John Hammond gives its proportions as 8 miles long and 3 miles wide at its widest point. Some total 22 square miles, right? It's not a true island, but a volcanically active seamount. An underwater island thrust up past the surface of the sea. Along the south side of the island are natural steam vents indicating the continuing volcanic activity. The volcanic activity enables the geothermal power plant to be built in the northern mountains. The island is in the shape of a reverse teardrop, the high mountains occupying the northern end of the flat plain to the south. Of course, you got to remember this is the description in the novel. The variations in altitude create an array of microclimates. The tropical rainforest dominating the lower elevation of the temperate rainforest, occupying the highest elevations in the north. Isla Nublar means clouded island in Spanish, so called because the steam vents and ocean currents cause overcast conditions and cloud forests on the island most of the time. It's very overcast there, very rainy, very dreary. At the center of the island is a huge artificial lagoon spanning the Tyrannosaur and Maiasaur paddock, which feeds into a river that flows to the north through the Dilophosaur paddock and ends in a artificial waterfall which masks the entrance to the utility tunnel. In the novel, INGEN has built an extensive infrastructure to house visitors and contain 15 different breeds of dinosaurs centered in the northeast sector of Isla Nublar. The visitor center, located in the base of the mountains in its own compound, there is a separate hotel or lodge for visitor accommodations with a landscaped pool area. The visitor center contains exhibit space for educational purposes, the laboratories, the operations room, a garage where the electric touring cars are housed, and a hatchery where visitors can observe newborn dinosaurs. John Hammond also possesses a private bungalow in a secluded area near the visitor center compound. 2 docks at the east, north, and ends of the island manage the supply shipments from the mainland. A theme park river ride under construction, as well as an aviary to house the pterosaurs. There is also a mountaintop luxury restaurant still under construction when the events in the novel take place. Crisscrossing the island are miles of underground concrete maintenance tunnels, which connect all the paddocks. The novel ends with a Costa Rican military dropping a napalm bomb on the island, decimating all the dinosaurs. This is confirmed in Crichton's 1995 sequel, The Lost World. Okay, so that was in the novel. That's pre-1993. Okay, so Jurassic Park, 1993. Isla Nublar is depicted in Jurassic Park in a large mountainous island of lush tropical rainforest, 120 miles west of Costa Rica. It was leased to John Hammond's INGEN Corporation, and construction of Jurassic Park is nearing completion after 5 years of building when the events in the movie take place. Maps of the island used in the movie and promotional material for the film depict in the same reverse teardrop shape described in the novel. According to the model, high mountains occupy the northern and western ends of the island, while the park itself is built on the eastern central terrain. As in the novels, there is both a north and east paddock, although the east paddock is only one referenced in the film when Dennis Nedry tries to reach it in order to smuggle his stolen dinosaur embryos to the mainland. Visitor Center is support buildings are located within a self-contained sector nestled at the base of the northern mountains and surrounded by an electrical perimeter fence. The Visitor Center, in the style of a rustic African lodge, features a 2-story rotunda as it centers an incomplete exhibit space across both levels. The fossilized remains of the Tyrannosaurus rex and the Alamosaurus hang from the ceiling as a centerpiece of the room. The operations room, laboratory, garage, viewing theater are all located within the complex. There is also a large restaurant with outdoor terrace and gift shop. The restaurant is served by an industrial kitchen overseen by a gourmet chef. The velociraptors are held in a specially built containment unit near the visitor center, with a viewing platform and a guard tower. There is also a shelter for emergencies and the maintenance shed where the generator. In the film, visitors reach the island by helicopter and fly through a verdant mountain valley before landing on the helipad at the base of the waterfall. As in the novel, INGEN has constructed an infrastructure of electric fences, concrete moats, and electrified roadway, which the visitors' vehicle are guided on tours in the various dinosaur paddocks. There are 12 species of dinosaur with their own paddocks as compared to the 15 in the novel. During the luncheon scene in the visitor center, slides in the background show future attractions under the construction of the park. These include a jungle river ride, an aviary, separate restaurant facilities. Okay, so moving on to The Lost World, Jurassic Park 1997. Isla Nublar is shown in The Lost World, a 1997 film adaptation of Crichton's The Lost World novel. No details are provided as of the fate of Isla Nublar after the events of Jurassic Park, although it is implied that Isla Nublar is abandoned and the dinosaurs on the island have been exterminated. This is why INGEN seeks to recoup some of its losses from Jurassic Park by capturing the survivors, the dinosaurs who survived on Isla Sorna, and bringing them to San Diego. John Hammond reveals that the Isla Nublar was a showroom for the tourists, which Isla Sorna, 87 miles further west, was the breeding ground where the dinosaurs were cloned and nurtured before moving to Nublar. The facility in San Diego is an enormous amphitheater, which built before John Hammond decided to relocate the park to Isla Nublar. In a deleted scene from the film, Peter Ludo, the nephew of John Hammond, addresses the INGEN board meeting and tallies that the demolition, deconstruction, and disposal of the Isla Nublar facilities, both organic and inorganic, cost $126 million. This would apparently confirm that INGEN had exterminated the dinosaurs in the park and essentially erased the physical footprint of Jurassic Park from Isla Nublar. The scene cannot be considered as a canonical in the franchise, since it was eliminated in the final cut of Jurassic World 2015. Contradicts the assertion of the Jurassic Park was demolished and all the dinosaurs were destroyed due to the T-Rex being the original from Jurassic Park 1993. In Jurassic Park 3, 2001, Isla Nublar is briefly mentioned in Jurassic Park 3 during the conversation between Paul Kirby and Dr. Alan Grant when the group of survivors went to search for Paul and Amanda's son. Grant told him that he was never been to that island, and Billy Brennan corrects Paul that they are on Isla Sorna, not Nublar. So yeah, not much said there. It was just a brief mentioning. But moving on to 2015, Jurassic World. And this is where it all, really starts heating up here. Jurassic World receives Isla Nublar as the main setting for the film for the first time since the original Jurassic Park. This time, it is decided a fully operational, wildly successful version of the original park, Jurassic World. INGEN is run by a subsidiary of Maserati Global Corporation, which purchased INGEN in the years after the events of Lost World Jurassic Park. It is also discovered that the new park was running for 10 years starting in 2005. Simon Maserati mentions that the purchase of INGEN in order to fulfill the dying wish of John Hammond that the park should be operational. In Jurassic World, the new visitor center complex is in the middle of the island. The focal point of the network of chains of shops and restaurants abroad the main street is in the middle. The visitor center itself is a much enlarged version of the original in Jurassic Park, with a multi-storied rotunda that features a dinosaur hologram, multiple holograms actually, interactive displays, and life-size statue of John Hammond. The laboratory on view to visitors is called the Hammond Creation Lab. An enormous lagoon where the Mosasaurus lives forms the centerpiece of the visitor complex, around which the hotels, train terminal, and shopping village are all centered. This is also an amphitheater overlooking the lagoon for the live viewings of the Mosasaurus feeding, similar to SeaWorld. The seating rows can be lowered beneath the surface to view the creature behind the glass. Visitors are transported to Isla Nublar on large ferries, shuttled to the visitor center via a high-speed light rail that ends in a massive terminal near the visitor center. We've said visitor center a lot. The operations center sits beyond the tourist area, which within the foothills of the mountains. Several of the structures mentioned in the novel and the original film have come to fruition in Jurassic World. These include the aviary, the Jungle River attraction, which is called the Cretaceous Cruise, gyrospheres, bringing visitors on tours among the Parasaurolophus, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Apatosaurus. Within Jurassic World, there are 20 species of dinosaurs, 14 herbivores, and 6 carnivores. The northern part of the island, where the original Jurassic Park was centered, is a restricted area off limits to tourists. The containment unit where the Indominus Rex is held is located in that sector. During the course of the film, 2 of the characters, Zach and Gary, discover the ruins of Jurassic Park Visitor Center, deeply overgrown with vegetation. The Visitor Center appears to have been untouched since the T-Rex attacks at the climax of the first film, suggesting that, like in the book where the entire island has been napalmed, that's really not canonical in the movies. That's not really holding up in the movie so far as we go deeper. The torn banner and pieces of the Tyrannosaurus Rex display still lie on the floor of the old visitor center. Zach and Gray explore the garage and are able to get one of the abandoned 1992 Jeep Wranglers working. They crash the remains of the original electrified fence to reach the perimeter of Jurassic World. In the film, it indicates that Jurassic Park was not demolished, but was left abandoned, except for the area now occupied by Jurassic World. It also appears that at least some of the original Jurassic Park dinosaurs survived. The T-Rex on display is said to be the original and still bears the scars from its encounter with the velociraptors in Jurassic Park. Alright, so from pre-1993 all the way up until now, 2015 was what the last movie came out, so this next one coming up, we might be able to update this video. So we know that the island hasn't been napalmed like in the book, like it suggests in the books. So that means some of the events that happened on Isla Nublar from 1993 and onward, a lot of those things are still there, which means a lot of that stuff has just been overgrown. So, you know, we could be looking for like small little Easter eggs, like the Barbasol can from Dennis Nedry, you know, that's in the mud, stuff like that. We might be able to see some old overturned Jeeps from the old Jurassic Park, stuff like that. That's what we're looking for. There's a lot more Easter eggs and stuff like that we could possibly think about. Please drop down in the comment section below and let me know. Tell me what you're thinking about this. This is a huge, I guess, overhaul for Isla Nublar. To tell you everything you ever wanted to know about this, it was literally, you know, a biography of the island, right? So what kind of Easter eggs are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comment section below, and I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.